You know, in a normal life where no toxic people are involved, when you break up with somebody, that's that. You don't need to talk to them anymore. You don't even have to talk about them anymore. Mention them is just not even needed. The only time that is something that could be necessary is if you share a child or children with that person. So therefore you always have to stay in contact no matter what for the sake of the children up until a certain age or whatever. But you see with Jasmine, her and Gino don't have kids. Okay? They have been split up now. They've been separated for a while now. Long enough for Jasmine to do what? To go off and get pregnant, to go off and give birth. Remember, it's a whole 9 months there already gone by. And then also to, make sure that she stays with the current baby daddy. So you think to yourself, the chapter of Gino and Jasmine is now simply over. But instead of being over, because Jasmine is not a normal person, because she's somebody that has to be toxic, that has to be unnecessary, well, guess what, folks? Of course she's going to find a way to bring up her ex again. Why? Well, if you ask me personally, it's because bringing up her ex, Gino, is always going to drive traffic towards her page. But let's get into exactly what has gone down right now. So as you can see in front of your screens, on the Facebook page of Jasmine, she came out of this post, screenshot for that matter, where it shows a conversation of Gino talking to someone. No, we are filming a new side show there. For a new show I will be on soon, early next year, he says to this person. No, I have no girlfriend. I wish we could hang out in person more. I would like to be my girlfriend. Interesting stuff here. Now, of course, Jasmine puts down at the very, very top, a message has been sent. That's what she puts down at the beginning of this. Now, of course, after this one came out, she then came out with another post. And then, I'm thinking to myself, this woman really is out here trying to, cause a stir, really trying to cause issues. So as you can see right here, in the next one, she also ties the top saying, this speaks for itself, hashtag single for life. Now, as you can see, can you be a... Hold on a minute. This is going to be a very, very poor attempt, but I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to try and read this in Gino's voice. So please forgive me if this is terrible, but hey, let's give it a try. Can you be my tour guide? And we can hang out if I come. Would you be okay sending me photos of yourself? I would never post anything about our convo or any photos. It's definitely safe with me. Where do you prefer sending them to? If not here. I don't think there are many options. And the person he's talking to responds by saying, okay, no one can hack your Instagram, question mark. He responds by saying, oh, definitely not. I'm only the one with access. So here's the thing, folks. As you can see, he's having a conversation with someone. Okay? But the thing that was quite fascinating about this conversation he's having with someone, it's who is he having a conversation with? But before we get into who he's having a conversation with, well, here's the thing, folks. Gino did reply. Okay, so this same thing was then posted on 90 Sips of Reality. And as you can see, he puts in the comment section, I never text, oh, my apologies. I never text a Maria from Colombia before. I don't even recall this convo. She needs to show proof of person I'm apparently texting. So that's what he says here. But do you know what I find interesting though about this post here? So you see this post here that we're seeing delivered to us by 90 Sips of Reality. You know the top caption, it says, ew, look at who texted me in my Finsta. He thinks I'm Maria from Colombia. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? What do you mean he thinks you're Maria from Colombia? Now bear this in mind, folks. I want to show you something real quick, just to give you a quick little reminder of the situation here. Okay, so when Jasmine initially if you go back to Jasmine's post, she has put down a message has been sent. But folks, of course, you saw what he said on the other post from 90 Days Since. But let me show you, because I actually took a screenshot of this literally when I saw this last night. And when I came back to it, I was like, something's looking a bit different about that caption, because that caption doesn't seem to be looking accurate to what I saw before. And as you can see, this is the original one itself in particular. She changed it. Yep, she changed it, folks. Absolutely changed it. As you can see in front of your eyes, it clearly says there where it says, ooh, look at who texted me in my Finsta. So that means Jasmine went out of her own way to do what? To make a profile just to catfish Gino. You know, if Matt did the same thing, we all know exactly how Jasmine would react. We know if Matt did it, she'd be like, Matt, I knew it. I knew you didn't love me. You know how it works. She'd be moving absolutely what? So it's interesting how she actually ended up changing the caption literally when she realized that she had actually put herself in the mud, because people started calling her out for literally catfishing him and moving like this. But she thought she'd be smart by changing the bloody thing. Honestly, the woman thinks that she's smart, but in reality, she's a complete clown. You know what I mean? Because people will catch you out when it's time to catch you out, and that is the reality of it all. In fact, you know, it's crazy because you see in some of the comments here, within the comment sections in particular, people have definitely let it be known. Well, I saw it somewhere, but you know what? You guys get the gist of the situation, you know what I mean? Now, the season where it ends though, there is more. There is more, because remember what I said to you guys before, okay? No, what I said before. There's something else, because there's something else that I then realized in this image here. Something very, very interesting in this image. Now, you see, the thing that I noticed in this image is that time, dates, stamps have all disappeared. Usually when you send a message to somebody, guess what? It will show you the time of when it was sent. For example, look at this one right here. Today at XO time. Let's go back. I'm pretty sure Gino said it somewhere around here. I thought he said it here. I'm sure I saw a comment somewhere of him actually questioning, you know, said things, but I guess I didn't see it there. But either way, though, I realized it myself. That's the main thing, folks, okay? Why is it that this one shows the time when the message was sent, but this one here, as you can see, there were gaps in between each of the messages, and there is no time of when this was actually sent, which means, are these messages even new, or are they old? That's the question. That is the question. You know, because at the end of the day, Gino does make it abundantly clear that he doesn't even recall having this conversation. He doesn't remember when it happened. Which, listen, don't get me wrong, we could sit here and say that maybe Gino doesn't remember it because, well, he could be lying, he does remember it and he's just saying it, or he doesn't remember it because it is generally old, and by then he's probably spoken to so many other women. But either way, though, it is absolutely disgusting, absolutely nasty work that Jasmine went out of her own bloody way to do what? She went out of her own way to try and catch him out. Honestly, the woman is nothing but embarrassing to herself. She really needs to check herself, because this behavior right here, it's not cool. It's very, very childish. But listen, folks, there's always more, there's always more, there's always more. Okay, so apparently, according to 90 Day Fiance Alexa, apparently someone else has come out. There's another woman that came out and said, hold a minute. Never mind. Anyway, so as you can see right here, someone else called Amber came in the comment section. She said apparently that she's had a conversation with Gino too, and therefore she's also shared conversations with him. But again, though, does it really matter? The guy is single now, right? If he's now single now, he can now have a conversation with whoever he wants to talk about. Talking about single life, and then between the sheets for single, asking her to stay in the hotel room with him, and then replying to himself because she stopped responding. Hey, that's crazy work. Replying to yourself because you stopped responding. But that's definitely something that Gino would definitely do. Hey, guys. So yeah, with that being said, the question is this. Is this even tea? You're harassing a man that you are still married to, but you're harassing a man that you're in the process of having a divorce with because you want to gain clout for your page. That is sad. And Matt is sitting there more than happy with you doing this? Wow. That man has no backbone. He has no morals, no dignity. This is utterly, utterly pathetic. She wanted people to see Gino for who he is, which we have seen. But no matter how much she tries to show us who Gino really is, it doesn't change the fact that her behavior will always overshadow his because of stupidity like this. Catfishing him to catch him out when he's single. But you know what, folks? Just like Jasmine would say, if you like the content, make sure you like and you subscribe and leave a comment, because if you don't, you're proving that you don't love me, Gino. No. It's showing me that you don't love me, viewers. Maybe I'm a bit more convincing if I say it this way. Please make sure you like and subscribe and comment on your way out. Yeah, I'm out. I need a drink. A non-alcoholic drink, just to clarify. Peace.